Hello and welcome back to War Thunder. Today we have the Duck Talks number 54 and it's just around, just under 2 weeks since the last one, so it's okay. And today I have a few announcements and also a few questions for you, but yeah, I think let's begin in order. First of all, I'm a bit sick, a bit ill, and I will get better in the next few days. However, the downtime will result in a few days of no videos, so my unofficial daily schedule gets a few holes. And you know, there's also some technical issues, some hardware issues that will get solved within the next few days over the course of the weekend. Also the real life stuff and all this, you know, stuff that nobody is interested but I still have to deal with will be dealt with up until the beginning of next week. So there will be a few days of no videos, and I think that downtime overall is welcome because, well, I have just finished my grinding. I have now all the researchable vehicles in my hangar again, all the tanks, all the planes. I have spaded everything from rank 1 to rank 4 with one exception, which I will keep for the bonus experience, the bonus research points, I'd say. And this break is also a test for the community, and the community overall is a big, well, topic that I also want to talk about. So let's begin with it. I had a look at Social Blade, and Social Blade is a great way to have a rough idea how your YouTube channel is doing with the daily number of subscribers, with the view time, the amount of views, and so on. And if you're climbing, you're mostly on the right way, or you know, you're not that bad in what you're doing. This is a very rough look at how I have at Social Blade, or that's a rough estimation how I view Social Blade. It's a nice tool for a YouTuber. Now I have 10,000 subscribers, and a lot of the subscribers that I gained, especially in the last few months, on my way to reach 10,000 subscribers, had to do with the top tier tank videos that I did. The first impressions, the first ideas of what they are like, and with the 6-hour test shooting, I put a lot of work into them, and then in like 10 days I put out 3-4 tank reviews about the top 4 tanks, also 2 videos about the MX-30 B2 Brenners. And you know, the interest was mainly there. The second I switched to aircraft, the interest dropped. So maybe I'm just not the most interesting guy to watch in planes. Maybe I'm not flying the right stuff, whatever. But even the jet video, you know, about the Soviet jet, the LA-200, it was not that interesting to watch for some of them. Maybe the video, maybe it's because of the video style, maybe it's because of the footage or what I have to say. Maybe I'm not reviewed or viewed as one guy that has all the knowledge that there is worth watching with aircraft. Now, I'm okay with this. I mean, tastes differ, and I'm certainly a bit more interested in tanks these days than I am in aircraft, except when it comes to bombers, because I'm a how to say it, bomber elitist. Yes. You know, somebody that hates elitism when it's there in War Thunder, but then, you know, teaching people, you have to listen to me how to fly bombers. Yeah, it's a bit funny. I know. So that brings me now to the next few days. I will have a V-share way of viewing at War Thunder. I hope that there will be well, some sort of test, maybe during confrontation, maybe another ship test within War Thunder over the course of the weekend, and I can enjoy that. And if I have some fun in it and I have something to show, I show it with a video. And also I might revisit some lower tier tanks, some special tanks, and maybe also some nice planes with some neat footage, because I have now gotten rid of the stress of having to do videos, when you set up yourself a schedule that you think is interesting to make, then you actually play the tank or the plane and you realize it's actually not that fun, then suddenly becomes work and not very good paid work. But that's another topic, I guess. So I'm gotten rid of this stress, and I think this is a good start to get interest, to get even more interest in War Thunder. I mean, after 5 years, you could forgiven to think that I have lost interest in the game, which is not true. The developers, for some reason or the other, always keep it interest. Not always in a positive way, but nevertheless. So that brings me to the community. And the questions for the community is, what do you actually want to see? What do you look for when you just want to watch a YouTube video? Is it an established YouTuber that, due to the views you think, or the amount of views you think is worth watching? Do you look for funny compilations, or do you actually want to improve in the game and therefore look for guides or reviews or something in this direction? Let me know in the comment section. The other thing is what I'm good at, and what I'm good at is numbers and interpreting them. So just reviewing numbers is a bit boring, but to say, hey, look, this number is deceiving because it's actually the other way around, and there is too much drag on the tracks for the speed that is advertised, and all those things. And I just wanted to, state this, that I love doing my tank reviews, but there actually has to be a tank of interest. Now, in the background you can see me murdering through some hordes of British tanks with the Object 906, which is an absolute phenomenally good tank, which I hate to face, but when you drive it, it's always good for a good giggle. Now, I have to say, it looks good, it drives fast, it has stabilizer at 7.3 with a good mixture of high pen APHE and also heat or heat FS, and the ridiculous rate of fire. I mean, other nations are really looking for such a tank in their ranks, especially at this battle rating. And yeah, so it was kind of a nice experience to drive it again. I want to see this tank at a higher battle rating, to be honest. When fighting it, it's not so nice, and it's just way too straightforward, and a very good supporting tank for, well, the battle rating that it is, and for the other tanks in the tech tree. So I digress. The community. The community is a very funny thing, isn't it? It consists, for me personally, of persons that on a at least semi-regular basis play War Thunder, and or have played War Thunder in the past. That includes streamers, that includes YouTubers, and hell, even the developers, although it's debatable how much they actually play their own game. Nevertheless, so those are the persons, and they verify in various different groups: the passive group, the active group, the group that just is, playing the game, the other one that is more on the outside, the War Thunder market, War Thunder Live, creating skins and custom missions and whatnot. There is the revenue share program, which is something that we haven't seen too many planes at this stage. However, the planes that we saw were absolutely stunning, and mostly German. So this is a good thing, and so I think there is a lot of potential within War Thunder. Now, why I'm talking about the community is the simple reason that I talked to a few guys over the course of the last week, and they didn't know who I am in terms of YouTube. And I was asking, well, you play War Thunder? Yeah, I do. So yeah, what do you think about the game? And some of the surprising answers had to do with the community. That the War Thunder community, surprisingly enough for me, is not that toxic compared to other games, namely World of Tanks. And I'm following still some World of Tanks channels, such as the Mighty Jingles, but especially Quickie Baby, which is a great inspiration when it comes to tank reviews. You know, he's approaching 600,000 subscribers. He's a great YouTuber. He makes great content, and you know, sometimes below the comment section you really feel like that people expect just the best things from this guy, and he's not allowed to do a mistake whatsoever. Now, this is a very unforgiving audience, so to speak, and I actually don't think that I'd have fun, you know, ruling, so to say, over that big of a community, and you know, receiving all the trash sometimes. Now, there was the Sir Fosh incident, like over a year ago, if I'm not mistaken, or a year ago, and well, Quickie Baby had the misfortune of releasing a video about the tank of interest at the very same time that Sir Fosh did it, and so he received harsh criticism. But you know, this comes from people that have no idea how YouTube works. Now, I think Quickie Baby did there a tank review, and he was on this tank, and you know, from doing YouTube videos myself, I know you have to draft the tank before that, you have to prepare the statistics, you have to know what you're talking about, then the rendering of the video takes time, then the uploading takes time, you know, the video description, the thumbnail, it just takes time. And so he had the misfortune to release the video around about the same time that Sir Fosh did it, and you know, you cannot expect that every YouTuber that covers one certain game covers every other YouTuber as well, and so it happened to me as well that I by accident released a video about a plane or a tank at the very same time that somebody else did. Even in a game like War Thunder with over 1,000 tanks and planes, this can happen. And so some people made more comments about that fact than about the actual video that they had to view. And I think this is a bit strange and something that I still have to acclimate to. However, back to the community. I think the War Thunder community that I received is a healthy mixture of people that want to really see what I have to show, people that want to discuss things. Oof, the Sturmpanzer makes no prisoners. And you know, that give a lot of people a fair chance, and especially on my YouTube channel, for my size, you know, there is the pure fact that how to say it, the community is nice, mostly. So 95% of the comments are funny or friendly, and I like that. I really like that. Okay, more friendlier than this 150mm heavy infantry gun. Oh, it's really nice to drive this tank. But back to the topic. So people help each other, people have nice comments, people, you know, answer some other people's comments, and you know, when you have a lot of subscribers, certain questions could be answered by the community. For example, if somebody asks about a video about a certain tank or a plane, but I recently did a video about it, you know, a friendly reminder that I have already made this video. And this is maybe again a friendly reminder to you all out there. Maybe you have a look at some of my older videos. Now, there is one video out there that I stumble across myself, you know, because YouTube is recommending my own videos for me, just because I simply, you know, take the shortcut and go to the video if I answer a comment. Damn, I thought I could get this guy with a splash. Well, it happened in the past that I blasted tanks even with a splash back into the garage, so it's kind of my fault that this Panzer III here burns to death in a horrible way. Yeah, but so back to the topic. I watched one of my older videos, and this is the TAR 152C3, the Longlands, and I was astonished how, you know, good the video had become. Not in terms of views, but you know, I forgot about this video. I mean, after 650 uploads, you know, you might forget that you have done that one particular video in that particular fashion. But that doesn't mean that I then, when I watch the video, can't remember it then. But so I watched my own video and I was surprised about the calm argumentation that I did, the choosing of words, the quality of my English, which improves every single day, jawohl. And so I was really stunned by this video. You might want to have a look at it again. TAL 152C3 The Longlands. I can't let it go like that, I think I named the video title. So I think you can hear it in my voice, I'm getting really tired. And so I think I go to the answer of the questions right now. So let's see what we can find in the comment section of the last Up Talks. So first question comes from Iobus, and he asks why War Thunder doesn't use the timeline of introduction of tanks as a BR. For example, a Tiger H1 will face only 1942 tanks. Well, it's some desperate attempt to balance tanks, but then, you know, the Tiger mustn't face early Shermans, but he can face some post-World War II tanks. It's fine, I guess. So then NickTune1219 asks, do you really read all comments? No. So then next question comes from Yana Abrahamian, and he asks, have you ever been recognized? Well, in real life, not, except by those who already know me, but that has not to do anything with War Thunder, I guess. In game, yes, well, every second game, I guess, I get recognized, especially in Air RB, where the people in the beginning have time to check the name list and just fly in a straight line. And, you know, there is this 07 sign that I give out as some sort of salute to those who say hello to me. And, well, I hope that answers your question. Chris Stewart asks, can you please make a Subnautica walkthrough? Well, I did it like to the half span of the story, and you might want to have a look at this if you're really interested. Maybe in the future I will do it. I still have the footage lying around. And the ending of Subnautica, oh man, I'm not quite sure if I should spoil it for you, but it's awesome. An interesting question comes from Max Facts, and he asks, is War Thunder convertible RP worth it? I tried it and it seems like a bit of a rip-off. When and what is it best to use it on? Well, the thing that I wanted to say in my comment, my reply, was that you shouldn't do it at all. I don't think that it is really worth it, and while it is very interesting, if you really have a lot of money lying around and you really want that tank immediately and it's a Tech Tree tank, then yeah, but for everything else I think it's not really worth it. If you have money invested in a premium account or a premium tank / plane, and I think at last you should go for upgrades for a very expensive tank or plane that it really needs. You should really save the golden eagles for that if you really think it's worth it, but it's down to you what you think is worth it and whatnot. I don't think that I ever converted more than 2,000 golden eagles at all into, you know, researching a plane or a tank. I did it just recently when I was really annoyed with one tank and I just skipped it, then for a few hundred golden eagles, which is still a lot, but considering there are 1,000 planes and tanks in War Thunder, and over 95% I researched myself of the researchable ones, well, that tells you a lot how much I play the damn game. That was a splash. So there we have a very interesting question from Dank Memes 420. How did you know I was going meme your face? I don't know. Experience? Your name? I don't know. Now for the last comment, I want to read out a comment from Easy Aussie Target. And he says, been with you since pre-100 subs and I have loved every presentation you have uploaded. You are the thinking man's War Thunder go-to. Love you Napalm, no homo, you are the best mate. So, thank you very much. I remember you from the very start and thank you for supporting me from the very beginning. It was always nice reading your comments in the comment section. You were always a good part of my community. So, yeah, you have a virtual cookie. No, honest man, thank you. And thank you to so many other people that have supported me, that, you know, spent their time with me in some custom battles, for test shooting, for figuring out stuff, for, you know, talking to. There are so many people that I have to thank you, and I think it's again a good way at the end of the Duck Talks to just name it once more, to show that I remember who has helped me. And, you know, even people like the Orange Doom I have to thank, because they shoveled, especially in the very beginning, a few subscribers to me. So even though, you know, some might say Orange loves to backstab me, from what I can read on the comments, and, you know, how apparently he loves to trash talk to me. We had always very intense, you know, fights, I guess, over the internet, but we respected each other. And even though he stopped playing War Thunder, or at least making content, I still respect him for a person that was a good guideline for beginning YouTube. So, and this is now the end for today. So Duck Talks, just over 21 minutes. I think that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Don't forget to ask your questions in the comment section. And as usual, we'll see each other on the battlefields and in the skies of War Thunder.